Welcome back to Launch Your Light, a podcast that covers the soul and strategy of running a business and sharing your heart's work with the world. That is what I'm here to do. And I have a whole year lined up of guests to talk to, other women in business out there doing the damn thing. So today I'm bringing you a whole new guest from Massachusetts, where I'm from, another Boston girl. Her name is Christine Murphy. She is a nurse practitioner of 22 years who in the COVID years was called to open up her own business called Moi Health and Wellness. It is an integrative wellness center in Mass, and she now has 3 locations. I'm so excited to have you here. Welcome to the show, Christine.
Oh, welcome. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited, Jayme. I really am. This is great. Good for you.
Yes. Okay. So many things here, but I want to hear about this. You were a nurse. Like I like to teach people about Earth classrooms. Like we learn these things,
Yeah.
we have these passions, we have these jobs sometimes for like for 22 years, and then boom, you're
Yes.
called to something else. Tell me, how did that happen for you?
Yeah, I just love patients. And through working at Brockton Hospital and working as a primary care physician, patients is the center of what I do. During COVID, a family member, my own daughter, had put on a lot of weight, as did my husband, and these new injectable, and she became really depressed. But then these new injectable medications came out, the semaglutide, and I had really treated her behind her doctor's noticeable permission, and she did fantastic. She started losing weight, her mood elevated, she started to glow again, her colors became more vibrant. She's about to graduate this year and she looks amazing.
Yeah.
And then I started treating people from there. My husband lost over 100 pounds, and I got excited about and passionate about people losing weight. And so I just kind of grew my business from there.
Good for you. Okay, so it was your daughter, then it was your husband, and then who else? Like, then what happened? How did it just
It's
grow?
funny because I personally tried it myself. I lost 40 pounds. And then I kind of drew my neighbors and then people, it's word of mouth. How do you look? Who did you know? And then kind of grew from there. I live in Marshfield. So I initially started my business in the Lakeville area, right off the highway. So we had a lot of traffic from Rhode Island, a lot of business in that Rotary sort of Middleborough area. And then just my passion for people, I think, was noticeable, and people would refer others. We grew from there. People would come to my own home in Marshfield. Finally, it grew enough that I had to do another office in Marshfield. And now we opened up in Plymouth Center down on the waterfront. Just a great location,
Wow.
kind of visible. But we have grown from doing just weight loss to now we do men's health, we do direct primary care, we do some functional medicine, women's health, we do some aesthetics. We just picked up the Adva dual wave skin resurfacing laser, which is really excited. There's a popular Instagram injector, Erica Barry, who is the injector bunny. She also has that laser. And so we're just kind of growing. It's really exciting.
I love hearing this. Okay, what was it like? Because I have a lot of women in my field and audience. I've helped hundreds of other women in business over the years. And I know
Okay.
you and I are just getting to know each other, right? So I help women in business. And there's a theme here where a lot of people are connecting and bridging like the science and the energy, or the science and the holistic health. You are one of them. What was it
Yes.
like to go from nurse practitioner, right?
Yes.
Like medical field, to running your own business? This is the perfect example of that. You're an entrepreneur now.
Well, you wear a lot of hats that I didn't necessarily knew I needed to wear. And so as I grew, I would need to pull in other support systems. But it's a great experience. I love seeing patients. I could see them all day. The downside to primary care and not working for yourself is then sitting at home and doing your notes all night and not attending to your family. My kids needed me, and I
Yeah.
really saw that. So once I pulled away from that, I still enjoy the patients, but I now have my own system of writing notes and another support system behind me. And I love it. So you get to spend more time with the patient. You ask questions in a different way. My passion is more tenfold now for what I do. Um, and I can do my own thing. So I think it's
Hmm.
really boosted, and I think my patients actually notice that too. They asked for me to be a primary care, which is why I added in direct primary care. We do not take insurance, which is difficult, but we do take HSA or health savings. But all that other stuff that makes you feel important and empowered, we do it all. We also have a salt room in our Lakeville office, in which
Ooh.
is great just for relaxation and bringing the zen on.
Can I bring up that real quick? Because we actually pay for our children's primary care and it's like out of net. We pay for it out of pocket so we can have the freedoms to do what we want. And
Yes,
I think this is a revolution happening across the country. People
it
that are like, you
really
know what?
is.
I'm going to pay for what I want instead of being on that schedule, on that timeline, on that calendar, and what they want. Is that also what you're saying you offer? It's like a,
Yes, well, because it's really frustrating. You're right. You have to follow their timeline, their trajectory of what your course is, and you may not always feel that traditional medicine is what you need. So we offer more of a patient one-on-one guidance, and we kind of work together. We do lots of lab values to try and get to the core value or the core reason of what the problem is, and then we kind of go from there. I recently had a patient in my office who had seen her primary care and her dermatologist for an issue she had had around her periorbital area. And I saw her, we did some lab work, and before you know it, she turned out she had a milk allergy. So they don't, a lot of times primary cares don't really dig deep to the core value of what's going on. And, we did it, and I was really excited. So, once she stopped even that little bit of milk, she no longer has this rash around her mouth. And I'm telling you, it was such a really easy task, but you have to really dig deep to find the reasons. And sometimes you don't have that time in primary care. You have to see patients every 15 minutes because that's where, that's how they make their money. And unfortunately, I love, you can't do that because, there's no insurance reimbursement. So that's why I love spending the time with the patient and trying to get to the bottom of
but
whatever the
it's
problem
so
is.
worth it. It's so worth it to
It
get
really
an
is.
answer.
Especially, and when you're on the other side, when you feel like someone's really listening to you, looking at you in the eye and not looking at a computer, that relationship building is great.
Thank you for pioneering this pathway.
Uh,
You are out there with a whole like league of other people doing this, and
yes.
just from my heart to yours, I thank you for that.
Oh, I love it.
Tell me, what's a block you faced becoming an entrepreneur, though? What was some of your either one that really stands out, or maybe a few that you're like, ah, that was challenging becoming an
Hmm.
entrepreneur?
Well, technology is definitely on my top problem. So I did have to, of course, reach out and get some resources there, but that is definitely something that makes you cry. And then what is another block? I think that would be my biggest one. Other than that, I mean, I don't know about another block. I just kind of was one of that said, all right, we're going to open. And then we kind of just face those challenges. And when we have them, we kind of correct them, step over them and move on. I did have one lady once tell me that we did a lot of mistakes on our social media, and it did kind of bother me. But then I talked to some other, social media experts who say keep the mistakes and move on. It actually creates a lot of attention to the web page, like
Right.
and a lot of SEO creativity for the website. So, but I
Yeah.
don't have a lot of blogs. But technology is definitely my number one.
Gotcha. How long have you been doing this now? Like, how many years have you been doing this on your own?
So we're going on our fourth year. We were
Good for
actually
you.
one of the first, if not the first, center to open and offer the weight loss injectable medications in Massachusetts. So they do look
Wow.
around. They're really on every corner. You just have to be careful of the product you're getting. You can see some products that are really cheap out there. Lots of them are geared for not for human consumption, or they're only research products. So you just got to be careful on what your product you're getting and who is selling it,
Yeah.
and have some trust in your provider.
Beautiful.
Yes.
What is a gift that you uncovered along the way about yourself or your energy field or what people come to you for? What's
Mm,
something that kind of opened up once you set out on this soul purpose? I call it the soul purpose path,
I love that. And that's, I like that. I feel like I have definitely been guided towards this path. My father unfortunately passed away like 2 weeks after I graduated high
Mm.
school. He always wanted me to be a nurse. And I said, I want to be a hairdresser because I'm a chatty Cathy. And I'll tell you, within 2 years, I said, I'm going to be a nurse. And it turns out his mother was a nurse and I didn't even know it. So that path has really led me just to help people. I have such a passion to help people feel better, look at better, invest in themselves. I feel like I do gravitate towards that older gentleman who needs the support. How come I don't
Mm.
feel good? But I love when women come to me and see that they're not feeling well and whether we need to do a little Botox, a little women's health, a little weight loss. Maybe just a one-on-one. I've had a lot of women come cry to me, but just a one session with me and they tend to feel better. I feel like that's that passion in me and that connection I have with people is my sole purpose actually in life. I really do.
And
That
so many
energy.
people, I feel like so many people are so lonely, especially after these COVID years. Like so many people are just isolated and
Yes.
alone, right? And then they come
Yes.
to someone like you, someone like me, and it's like,
Yes. It
right?
is. And you have that hope. You're like, oh my God, I'm excited for this, whether like it's weight loss. I give you that empowerment. You've got this. You can do this. Give yourself 10 weeks. And then, just in a few weeks, they leave my office thinking, I don't know if I believed her. And then when I give them a call a month later, they're like, oh, you were right. This is what you meant. And I'm like, it's hard to see that. But once you get going, you feel great. You just need that motivation.
Yes. How big is your team now? How much support did you get to let yourself be supported in? But also, it sounds like you've created jobs for others.
That's great. It's hard to let go. It's hard to delegate. But I have a wonderful team of people who I love to see not only my growth, but their growth.
Yeah.
So I hired a medical assistant. I actually took her from a primary care where I did work. She's amazing. She now does her own teeth whitening. So she's actually educating herself. She's amazing at running my office, keeping me in line. She does some executive decision making. I also have an RN who is just amazing at obtaining licenses and keeping all my licensure organized. And then I have a wonderful nurse practitioner who works with us part time. I worked with all these women in the past, so it's just a great team. I also have another medical assistant who helped build my salt room. So a lot of them come from a prior employment. A lot of us became family at Signature Healthcare Brockton Hospital, and now we're just like a great supportive team of one another. And I like to see their growth as well.
Oh, this is so inspiring to hear
Yes,
because
it's great.
as for so many of us, when we open up on this path and we receive more and grow and expand, which is a scary, fun, exhilarating ride, but we actually end up making jobs for others.
Exactly. I love it. And it's really supportive. It really is. It's supporting
Yeah.
others.
Okay. I have clients that go from 30 all the way up to about 70.
Hmm.
Female entrepreneurs
Oh,
stepping
wow.
onto their sole purpose, launching businesses. I help women in their retirement years start their
Excellent.
businesses. So, what is a piece of advice you would give another woman hearing this being like, "Ah, man, she's doing this. I can do this." Like what's a piece of
Hmm.
advice you would give to a woman?
Keep going. Judge Judy said the same thing. She really didn't get going until she was really 50 years old in life,
Right.
and she's amazing. I am 53 myself, and so I paid off my school loans at age 50. It's a
Yeah.
long road, but I am so thankful for every experience that I had. One piece of advice I would say is, if it's there and you have the opportunity, get it. Go for any education that you can because just having that versatile education really helps you out in the long run. But
Yeah.
just, keep going because it's going to happen. It's definitely going to happen before you know it.
It's a whole journey. And it's like enjoying the
Yes.
journey, even when you want to like smash your head on a rock because of technology, right?
Exactly. You
And
want
then
to cry.
you want to cry and then you overcome it. And then it's like,
Yes.
oh my God, I did it.
Yeah.
Right?
And you feel strong. You're like, wow, I can't believe you look back and you're like, oh, I'm really proud of myself.
Can I ask also, well, like, was this easy? How much of this was easy? And how
That's a
much
great
of,
question.
because I think a lot of people are like, I'm like, it's not going to be easy. Like, choosing to
Mm.
do this and walk away from
Yes.
mainstream jobs and paychecks
Yes.
ain't easy. However, What are the words that you would say it is? I find it rewarding. I find it exhilarating. I'm
Yeah,
like,
I like that
I'm
word.
blazing a trail for other women. I help women around the world do this. You know what I
Right.
mean? So what are your words? What do you feel like that exchange of like, it's not easy, but what has it been
Oh,
for you?
because my husband did say, how do you open a clinic with no patients? I said, you just open. If you open, they'll come. I think just the smile, the attraction, the availability. I'm easily approachable as well. I now I almost forgot your question again because I got so excited. But just you just got to do it and just welcome. Welcome when they come in. And my goal is really just to try and find something that I can help with. But to be honest with you, I really kind of forgot the question you had.
Basically, what I mean, you're energetically answering it, so it's perfect. You guys should see her beaming, right? Answering this. It's like it's not easy.
Oh,
But
it's not easy. That's right. It's
right.
hard work, right? I was going to tell you. So my first year, I mean, actually, my first 2.5 years, I worked a full-time job while I grew this, and I probably did stress myself out a little bit. But at the end, when now I'm on my own entrepreneur, the rewards are just twofold. Not only can I help more people and grow my wings, but I feel like I inspire others to do the same. If I can do it, there you can do it. But you want to see that passion in people. You don't want to see someone start a business because there's money in it. You want people to have that passion, like, oh my gosh, you look great. Did you get both? You look great. Did you lose? You look great. So just that inspiring and helping people feel great about themselves help is very rewarding for me.
I loved what you just said about the growing it while you're still working.
Yes.
I'm a Capricorn, and this is one of the things I teach as a business coach is that people are like, I'm just going to quit my job. And I'm
Oh,
like, whoa, 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 hold
mhm.
on. Have you
Yes.
created the discipline within yourself to grow a business before you jump
Yes.
that ship? Do you
Yes.
have any plan? Do you have a focus and attention? Like, you know what I mean? So it's like I tell people like we need to kind of like build the raft to get
Right.
us to the island of entrepreneurship while you're
Yes.
still getting paid and paying bills because you know what
Yes.
sucks? Trying to build a business while you can't feed yourself or your family,
Right. You need to
right?
have at least the raft. You can build on that raft, but you got to get on the raft and fit all your peeps on the raft first. And then
Exactly.
once you can start bringing on more equipment to build the raft. Yes.
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 We are
Um
big into energy here too. Like this is a between spirit, soul strategy. I go from sales pages to big emotional blocks that are holding people back. I think we need all of it, right? What's your
yes.
sign? Are you into astrology? What's your sign?
I definitely am. I am an Aries actually.
Oh, of course you are. That's why I was
I
like, I was picking up on some fire energy from you. And that's leadership. You're a leader.
Yes, I am. I tend to really I love to guide and lead and teach. I'm a little bit stubborn and emotional, but I have a passion, and I think that yeah, I'm an Aries, so it gives you that drive. That drive.
Yes.
I don't stop. I think I really have to be really tired, hung up, sick in order to really have a day of rest because I just find there's so much to do and I get excited to do it that
Yeah.
I just want to get it done.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, I
you
feel
know,
you. You
we
and
are
I could
actually
talk.
we are moving our Marshfield location and we're just growing, getting a larger office. And I'm just so excited because we went from one office to two offices and now we're in three offices, the same building. But it just shows me like within the last 4 years, I've grown that much.
This is a huge accomplishment.
I'm so excited.
You like good for you. Okay,
Thank
I
you.
want to ask, since we're
Yes.
here with this, I'm a Capricorn, you're an Aries. I mean, yes, with like go, 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 fun, fun, fun. This work is like fun to us, right?
Yeah,
Not
it
everyone,
is.
but it
Yes.
is. It gives us life source, like or that
Yes.
energy. What do you do for self-care or to take care of yourself? I know you have an appointment in like 7 minutes to go get your hair massaged.
Oh,
Is that what
yeah.
you said?
So I found this place on TikTok and I'm going to let you know. So it's called the Sky Scalp and it's on 36 Essence Street in Boston. These ladies, they massage your scalp. They take care of, they scrub it. They take care of the dandruff, the dryness, and they massage you and wash you and it's amazing. two
Mm.
hours and it's under $200 and I've gone multiple times this year. I highly recommend anyone treat themselves for that. They're lovely. So I'm here today for that. I also I trying to think, what do I do for relaxation? I go to Universal Studios. That's my relaxation. Whether I go by myself or take my family. I love Florida, so we do a lot of conference time down there. My brother lives out in Largo, Florida. So if I want to go on a relaxing vacation, I head down there for like a weekend.
I
And
love that.
yeah, so that's usually, or exercise. I
Yeah.
go to the Get in Shape for Women in Marshfield. They're an amazing group. And another self woman who owns a couple businesses. She's amazing. And I love to support other women owned businesses. So I go there. So probably a little self care myself, maybe.
Yes, I love hearing this. Okay, what's next? I know you said you're
That's great.
moving into
Yes.
another location, but kind of like looking year out, next vision landing, next vision dropping. What do you feel is next on your path?
So we are currently working to provide Department of Transportation physical exams. So those are the DOT physicals for your CDL licenses, your bus drivers, your truck drivers, those kinds of
Wow.
things. And that's our first thing on our list. And we're considering maybe another machine, in the future. But I think for the first 6 months, we're going to work on our Marshfield location and growing that and expanding our sort of medical side of practice
This
versus
is
aesthetics. Yeah,
I
it's exciting.
love this. Also, have you ever thought about being a coach? You seem like you just have the energy of a coach.
And that's excellent that you asked that because within the last week, I have been looking on how to start sort of education on my own. I'm not really sure how to start, but that's my next, and maybe a coach is exactly what I need.
Yeah. Oh my God. Can I help you with that? Let's set up another call so we can talk about how
Oh,
I
I
can
love it.
help you with that.
Let's do it. I would love that.
Because
Yes,
I help
because
women, so many women, I say, a lot of women I like to work with are, I'm like, what are you repeating on yourself over and over again? What if
yes.
you could get recorded, if you could get organized, if you could get it all set up where it is running on its own, so you get to be you and you're getting paid for proximity, but you had this stuff recorded and written
Yes, that's
down.
what I need. I need you.
Yes. Oh, I geek out over that stuff. That's what people come to me
Oh, yeah,
for.
we're on the same page length. I love that. Yes, yes.
Okay.
So then that's my goal. I'm great. I'm glad that you kind of directed that because I was just looking at that last week.
Okay, so I know you have a hair appointment soon. I want to know, I'm going to put your links in and all of that information, but how can they find you? Obviously, I'm in New England, you're in New England. What are going to be the best links or how can they follow you on social media? What are your
Okay, great.
names so we
Yes.
can make sure? I'm going to make sure I'm following you too. Go
Oh,
ahead.
I'll probably have to pull that up. Let me see because I do. But I'm on Facebook. So at Moi Health and Wellness. My website is www.moi healthandwellness.com. The and is spelled out in that one. We are on TikTok. So we are moi.health and wellness. And
You're on Instagram too, right?
we are on Instagram. That's moi.health and wellness. And
I just followed you everywhere.
oh, you
Health and
did.
wellness.
That's awesome. I'm also
Great.
on LinkedIn. I think that might be under Christine Murphy.
Great.
Our office phone number is 781-206-7631. Um, and I think that's
I'll be
it.
able to I'll put your link. I'll make sure whatever link you sent me is like the best link you want to go in there.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
that they can just follow you there. And that will be in our show notes on the podcast episode, which is great. People will
Perfect.
be able to click that. Also, you do vitamin therapy. Yo,
Too, yes.
yes.
And we may start doing IV therapy, but right now it's just injectable. So we do your B12s, your vitamin D, your B6. We do glutathione, NAD. Those are the great ones that the anti-aging and help you feel overall like cellularly at your best. So we love to optimize all those injections and make you feel great.
I already know a handful of women I'm sending this podcast link
Oh,
to
I love it. I
because
love
they
it.
want it. And it's like for the woman hearing this being like, they're questioning this, they're contemplating this, they're maybe seeing the judgment around this stuff out there.
Yes.
What do
It's
you say to these women when they're in your office?
We're talking about the weight loss, kind of that.
The weight loss, like everything, the injectables. What is this? What is that? What is this? People are
So
there's so much information out there.
that is so true. I tell you, I treated my daughter with it, and the amazing transformation that she felt. And you, even when people don't feel good and they lose a few pounds, you feel amazing. What the injectables give you, it's a tool to help that appetite suppression and that food noise. And it's amazing. You only really need a little bit, goes a long way. And I'll tell you, you look left or right, one of your friends has taken it in the past. It's
Right.
the new future to kind of help you feel great. And I tell you, people use alcohol to help them feel great. What's in the alcohol? It's
Right.
amazing. So this is a true peptide that we have found that really helps women, and it's a quicker result. I love the product. Um, so I say, yeah, come find me. We're in Marshfield, Lakeville, and Plymouth in Massachusetts, and then we have 7 states that provide televisits to or telehealth.
Wow.
Yeah, so we do Connecticut, I think Connecticut, Kentucky, Florida, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Maine, and New Hampshire.
You are so
Mm.
inspiring.
Yay.
I am
Oh, I'm
so
so
glad we
happy
got
to
to
hear
talk.
that.
I'm so glad.
Yay.
All right, Christine, this has been amazing. I know
All
you
right.
are off to a 2-hour magical hair
Yeah.
massage or whatever it
Yes.
is. I need to go get one of those now.
You know what? You got to link them in the link too, because
Maybe I
I'm
need to
telling you,
interview them.
that's awesome. Yeah, that's great. And then let's connect. I would love to follow up with you.
Okay, so Christine, I'm going to end this recording right now. We are going to get this episode up immediately because it was so awesome to talk to you today. Thank you for following that calling, for hearing that soul reason to step away and move into this work. We
Thank
all
you.
thank you. Okay. I'm going
Yes.
to end this episode right here. You stay on 1 second, and we will see you for our next episode, podcaster listeners. Thank you so much.
Thank
Bye.
you.